Hello basement dwellers, I am the Basement Weeb. You can call me Nova. Welcome back to another video. Real quick reminder, if you haven't done so already, to hit the subscribe button, like the video, leave a comment down below, share it on Twitter, and tag me at the Basement Weeb. And without further ado, let's get right into it. Now, if you've seen the title, then you already know what this video is about, but 2 hours ago, as of the recording of this video, the trailer for the sequel to Into the Spider-Verse, Across the Spider-Verse, dropped. Now, I am very, very, very excited for this movie. For those of you who don't know, Into the Spider-Verse is a movie that came out, I want to say late 2018? Yeah, it was late 2018, because that's the year Mirai came out, and it was against it in the Oscars. So yeah, 2018, this movie, Into the Spider-Verse, came out, and the trailers, I was hyped from the second I saw the trailers, because the animation looked so different than anything I had ever seen before. You know, it was mixing 2D and 3D and comic book panels and everything all at once, and I was like, this is so different than anything I've ever seen. And again, and I saw that again in the trailer, a lot of the same, you know, the animation is just as gorgeous as ever, and with a couple of years of, you know, technological advancements, I can only imagine how much better it is going to look when they finally release it. This movie is going to come out in October of 2022, and I guarantee you right now, I am taking the day off when it comes out, and I am going to watch that movie, and then I'm going to make a video on it, because I love Into the Spider-Verse. Now, I'm gonna be real with you, I have not seen the Sam Raimi movies. I have not seen the Tobey Maguire movies. I have seen the Tom Holland, and I watched Spectacular Spider-Man a lot when I was growing up. But, and I haven't read the comics. But, honestly, in my opinion, as a generally noob Spider-Man fan, I feel like this is just the best Spider-Man movie ever. And the reason I say that is because, number one, it has a very wide variety of Spider-Man, so a lot of different people can get into it. The story is fantastic. The animation is fantastic. The soundtrack is phenomenal. Like, I listen to Sunflower on a daily basis, but like some of these tracks, they just fill you like what is it? Night Stalker? I think that the villain, the purple villain, who I'm not. If you haven't seen the movie, by some odd reason, I'm not going to spoil it, but there's a guy who wears purple, and his soundtrack, his theme is so genuinely terrifying. Whenever I hear it, I'm just like, this is like, it chills down my spine. It's so good. But yeah, where was I going with this? Right, animation, movies, reason it's so good. Okay, so obviously I think it's good because of all the objective stuff about it that is good. But on top of that, anyone can get into this movie. You do not have to know Spider-Man super well. You don't even really have to know Spider-Man at all to watch this movie. You can, you know, obviously it helps if you know a little bit about the story in the comics, and if you know the comics really well, this movie is probably your favorite thing ever, because you know all the characters. You're like, oh, I remember this from this and this and this. But, like, as someone who doesn't read the comics and who only has seen the Tom Holland movies and Spectacular Spider-Man, I love this movie, because it has so much of the Spider-Man heart that we love, but so many different twists on it with all the different versions of Spider-Man who all have very similar stories and who are similar, but at the same time, they're all very different. And I just love it. Sorry for that random cut. My phone decided to stop recording for no reason, so that was fun. But anyway, so yeah, but yeah, anyone can get into this movie. You don't even need to know anything about Spider-Man. Case in point, me and my best friend. Now, my best friend is an animation major. Love her to bits and pieces. She made this shadow painting that's in the corner of all of my videos. She made me that for my birthday one year. I love her so much. But, so she is an animation major, does not do comics at all. She doesn't watch the Marvel movies. She doesn't know anything about Spider-Man beyond possibly like preliminary stuff about him. She loved this movie. And I know, again, I am a very noob as far as Spider-Man goes, and I love this movie. We went and saw it together. That's one of the other reasons I love this movie so much, is I have a lot of positive association, because we went shopping together, and then we went and saw this movie in theaters when it came out, and we both loved it. I'm sure for entirely different reasons. I'm sure for her, the selling point was the animation, because, again, she's an animation major, and for her, this movie is probably eye candy to the max. But that's the whole thing, right? Like, you don't have to be a Spider-Man fan to enjoy this movie. And even if you don't know anything about it, they recap it for you enough that you can understand what's going on and you understand the characters. Even if you don't know Spider-Man at all, you're going to know a little bit about a couple different Spider-Mans by the time the movie's over, because you're going to know, because, you know, they do all the recaps. And I don't know why the recaps work, but they work every single time. I don't know how they do it. Like, I can't quite put my finger on why it works, Because, like, in most cases, you know, when they do recaps over and over and over like that, it gets annoying. But, like, for some reason, the way Spider-Man does it makes it work. And I just love that. Like, you can get in there, like, and be like, hey, I know the name, but and that he, like, has spider bite or whatever. I don't know anything about this, and Spider-Verse is like, cool, we got you. You're gonna walk out of here a little more knowledgeable about Spider-Man. And I just love that about it. And I am very excited for this. The other thing I loved about that trailer, though, like, besides the fact that, like, the Gwen and Miles reunion, yes, I was so happy about that. And he looks bigger. His shoulders are broader. He looks older. I'm just like, oh, my boy is growing up. He's a young man now. Oh my goodness, because he was like in middle school in the first one, you know. And I'm just like, I wonder how many years have passed. That's something I'm really excited to see, like how he's changed as a person, you know. Now, if he's in high school, if he's in college, how Gwen has changed. I am very excited to see these things and also see what all the tunneling stuff was about in the trailer. I'm very, very confused and excited, but like in a good way. Confused in a good way. Excited is obviously good. But yeah, I am very, very happy about this. In case you can't tell, I'm a little bit hyper about it. I tend to get very excited about things like this, and I was just like, you know what, I just want to share this with you guys because this is something that's very exciting for me. So yeah, but I'm very excited for this movie. There were a lot of people in the comments on the trailer video who were like, 2099 Spider-Man, and I'm like, I have no idea who that is, but I'm excited because you're excited, so I'm gonna see where this goes. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I am very excited for Across the Spider-Verse. Oh, something else. I love that it's like, oh, by the way, this is Across the Spider-Verse Part 1. I'm like, that implies there's a Part 2. Are we gonna get 2 sequel films? Has God blessed us today? Yes, he has, because Part 1 is going to release in 2022. No idea when we're going to get Part 2, but I'm just happy we're getting more than one sequel film because the world needs more Spider-Verse. So, yeah, that's going to be the end of the video. Like, comment, and subscribe. I'll be linking my Patreon and my Twitter down below. Let me know if you guys are as excited for the new movie as I am. If you want to support me, Patreon's a great way to do that. I post original short stories on there. I'm probably going to have a fan fiction coming down the pipeline here pretty soon because I finally have the one tool that I was needing that I kept putting off buying to write this damn thing. I need a tape measure for character heights, and yeah, so that's that. But yeah, I'm probably gonna start writing that here pretty soon. So yeah, this ran a little long. I still don't have a proper outro. See you in the next one. Bye.